So we are on our way to Mammoth Cave.
So our morning started with a beautiful drive in the foothills heading for the Appalachian Mountains.
So we're up here in Tennessee. This is our first overlook we're able to do.
As we reached the top of one of the mountains, the weather cleared just enough for us to get a beautiful view of the valley below. This was Bean Station, one of Tennessee's earliest settlements. It was also the warpath for the Cherokees. The valley led Daniel Boone to the Cumberland Gap and was also traveled by Davy Crockett.
Oh, look at that cliff face.
Yeah.
That is so pretty. It looked pretty. Couldn't see it through the raindrops, but there was a very pretty river down there.
Oh yeah, it's right there. The wind's so calm, it's blending. Finally, we reached the Cumberland Gap Tunnel, which separates Tennessee from Kentucky and runs underneath the Cumberland Gap National Historical Park, which is known as the original doorway to the west.
So it's a rainy day out there, but we were able to stop by the Cumberland Gap National Historic Park. And they have a little museum here with a lot of information. And we stopped in, and I have a stamp.
Cumberland Gap was used by Native Americans long before the settlers arrived. However, in 1775, Daniel Boone was hired by the Transylvania Company to lead a company of men to widen the path through the gap to make settlement of Kentucky and Tennessee easier. So after a long day traveling through the Appalachian Mountains from Tennessee to Kentucky through some fairly significant rain, it's a beautiful evening here at the Nolan Lake Campground, just a ways from Mammoth Cave, and we're gonna fix ourselves some dinner here on my grill, and then we're gonna relax, have a great evening, and we're gonna go see what Mammoth Cave has to offer tomorrow. Talk to you guys later.
This is the drive into the Mammoth Cave National Park. Oh, look at all the other campers.
Oh my goodness, look at all the campers.
Yeah.
Arriving at Mammoth Cave National Park.
The dogs aren't allowed on the actual trails, but there are paths that we've been able to take them on. There are several paths up near the visitor center.
I have an affection for trains, so anytime I get the opportunity to get up close to one, I'm going to do it. This is the Mammoth Cave Railroad. It consisted of a small 042 dummy locomotive and one wooden coach. It was put into service 1886 and operated for 45 years. At the time of the ending of the Civil War, about 40 to 50,000 passengers annually would arrive at Glasgow Junction and then would have to take a stagecoach to Mammoth Caves and the Mammoth Cave Lodge. Colonel Proctor, who operated the stagecoach, realized that a locomotive could be profitable. So, the Mammoth Cave Railroad was born. This was a small, short-line railroad, approximately 9 miles long. Today, the tracks are all gone, but the trail still remains, and bicyclists are welcome to ride it. The Visitor Center offers an amazing exhibit that shows the history of the cave system. Mammoth Cave is the world's largest cave system, and the park encompasses some 52,000 acres. Our tour guide, Ranger Jerry, was a fifth-generation cave guide. Having grown up in this area, told stories of his father and grandfather being cave guides as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This is the historic entrance. This is where it all began.
Mammoth Cave National Park has several entrances and encompasses over 400 miles of caves and caverns. There are many different tours that you can take. We chose to do the Mammoth Passage tour, which goes in at the historical entrance at the Visitor Center. Our tour took us down through the vast canyon passageway to the rotunda, one of the largest rooms within the cave system, and continued on to the chapel. We arrived at the opening of Mammoth Cave State Park and were on the very first tour in the morning. This was important as we were going to have to leave the dogs in the RV and wanted to be able to get back to them since there was no Wi-Fi in the cave to monitor the temperature. If you enjoyed this video, we'd appreciate it if you'd give it a like and a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you along for the ride.